Hello and welcome to the second part as how to tank as Bard. My name is Steve with TJ and Allods, and I am bringing you these videos. Now, if you did not see the first part, go and check it out. The first part explains the spells and explains what I did, and maybe you can go along with that if you keep on tanking with Bard in the future. It's tanking with Bard's fun. So I'm showing this dungeon I ran. Okay, this dungeon that I ran with 4 others. The highest was level 14. I was the second highest at level 12. Then it was 11 and 10. And or 11 and I believe 11 and 10. So when you're tanking as Bard, you gotta make sure that you're using your attack. Because when you got dissonance, which is the attack you use to pull your mobs towards you. You're gonna use dissonance to pull the mobs towards you, and acoustic barrier to protect yourself, and always have elegy active. If you don't know what the spells are talking about, go watch my first part, okay? And I'll explain what they do. Now, I pull with dissonance, and I protect myself with my acoustic barrier, and elegy does the damage while I'm in the acoustic barrier. So, when pulling constant mobs, you gotta watch out for aggro, especially if you're attacking a certain target and your team is not attacking that target. So, you gotta constantly keep watching that you hold aggro. Now, here's the boss. Okay, these bosses are pretty easy. I basically just pull with my dissonance acoustic barrier, and I have my elegy active, so every time he's attacking me, he's taking damage, which is holding aggro in return. Now, see how he kind of loses aggro from me, which was my mistake. I should, every time acoustic barrier is up or down, say you use your acoustic barrier, you wanna do a couple of dissonance attacks on him. You wanna do a couple of dissonance attacks on him, so you hold more aggro. Now, I didn't show you the whole kill thing, but because my game crashed, so we can go along. Now, here's what's kind of one of the problems we had. I was pulling the mobs. When I pulled this mob, as soon as you pull the 2 mobs up there, the boss starts coming down. It was hard for me to hold aggro, but I managed it. See, this white stuff that showed up, that's when I dropped down to 50%, they started missing more. By 70%, they started missing. The chance for them to miss increased to 70%. Now, with my acoustic barrier up, I dodged and they absorbed more damage, so allowing to heal it to catch up. We managed to kill the ads, which is something that you really want to do. You wanna control those ads. You want to kill them before you kill the boss, because if your little low level dudes are attacking the boss, and you're attacking the little minions, the boss is gonna go crazy and start attacking whoever's hitting the most. Basically, it's simple to hold aggro. It's simple to not take that much damage. You basically just pop a acoustic barrier, which will protect you, and then you have your more of a put out more damage to hold more aggro, which is dissonance. But you should only pop that once or twice once you're out of it, like that. You pop it once or twice once you're out of your acoustic barrier to get that extra damage in, so you hold the aggro more better. Of course, you're gonna be putting out massive damage because of your elegy, which is your passive attack. Now, we managed to kill these guys. It wasn't not difficult. You have to see how more later on dungeon fights, boss fights get, but the last one, you would think it'll be more difficult, more harder, but in reality, not really. Now, I'm basically pulling And you gotta make sure, always make sure that your target that you're focusing on is in your line of sight, and no other target is closer. Because if you have two in your line of sight, you're gonna end up attacking the one that's closer to you. So here we pull. When you pull this boss, there's gonna be two mobs on the side. You gotta focus those down since they're further away. Since your team is gonna be attacking those as a bard tank, you want to focus on doing damage on them. What's good about tanking as a bard is you can be a long range tank. Because you have your dissonance which attacks the 20-yard radius, you also have your acoustic barrier which protects you within that radius as well. And your dissonance, your allergy protects you, or does not protects you. It does damage within a 20-yard radius of the attacker. So even though I'm basically super far away from him for any kind of melee damage attacks, I'm still putting out damage because most of my main damage abilities as a bard they're long ranged. Not super long ranged, but sort of the long range was 20-yard radius where I could stand a certain amount away from him. Now he does do that little dude that comes out, but with your acoustic barrier up, it doesn't do that much damage. So make sure when you're pulling mobs to do or bosses that do a certain ability to put out more damage, to always have your acoustic barrier up during that time to avoid getting hit harder, to avoid making your healer struggle to heal you. What I like about tanking with a bard is that your acoustic barrier takes no energy. So when you're doing your acoustic barrier with your energy, it takes no energy. So you don't have to. You can do it as many times as you want after the cast. There's no real long cooldown, so it protects you all the time. It absorbs, they dodge, and you miss basically. Plus, you don't have to worry about too much about if you get down to 50% health, because if you do that attack that if you spec into that ability that I showed you in the first part within your talent tree, then that would actually increase the chances of them missing and the healer being able to catch up to healing you even more. See, right now I went down. I keep popping acoustic barrier, so it increases the chances of them missing me and my absorb chance. So basically allowing the healer to catch up to me, to catch up healing to me, so I would not die. So basically tanking with a bard is super easy. It's super fun. It's right. I hope you guys enjoyed that little dungeon run I did as a tank as a bard. Now, basically I'm going to be showing you guys maybe some of the future spells real quick before I wrap this up, and future specs to go into. Now, one that you really want to go into is solo. Reason why is because it's sort of more, but it is kind of like an AoE, but not really. It attacks, it hits 4 times. It attacks really not random targets, more closer targets. It says random, but I'm not too sure about that, because I could literally be in front of two different mobs, and it would probably just hit one of them. So it says random, so we'll go with random. 4 different random attacks, but only hits them one at a time. It doesn't do it like one at one time, where it hits all 4 different of them at once, which will be more of an AoE than it is now. Now, another one you're probably gonna want to go into is maybe Lullaby. Well, Lullaby it sleeps your target, and it stacks up to 4 times, and each time I believe it's like 15 seconds to stack. So when one stack is over, the countdown starts again. This is more about one of those options where if you want to be able to pull mobs more careful without pulling others, then it's a good way to get that control than other ones. Of course, you want to also max out dissonance, so you're able to pull more aggro, being able to pull more damage out while you're coming out of your acoustic barrier. And of course, you want musical notations because you get buffed. with spells. Now, of course, you also want to max out protected tune and other ones that will allow you to put out more damage and protect yourself even more. So that's what I have there. Now keep when you keep doing your stats, keep going with strength and maybe even some other ones that you might find out a little bit more useful. For your rubies, go with basically strength. Anything that will allow you to put out damage while you're in your acoustic barrier, and also decreasing the chance of you getting hit so much. Really, stamina is not really, you can go with stamina, increase your health, but there's really no point with your acoustic barrier since they miss a lot and a lot. So you basically want to focus on holding aggro since you really don't have any taunting abilities at low level. I don't know if you will get any in the future, but you want something that will hold aggro, so you want to go with strength so your offensive abilities are more effective, and making sure you have maybe increased healing on yourself and all that kind of good stuff. So that is it for now. If you want me to explain some more stuff from Bard, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, go to my channel, subscribe for more videos. Thank you and good luck.